Good afternoon, guys. How are you doing? Today I want to do a video about a subject I've been wanting to cover for a long time. It's something well, close to my heart. Every YouTuber, creator, whatever, has been there. If they started off in the normal way, they have anyway. And it's just basically about starting to vlog, equipment needed and how to do it, pretty much. So yeah, like I say, I've been putting this off for a long time. So I thought, I have actually been asked the question before, how did you start vlogging and all that sort of thing. So hopefully as we go through this video, you'll find that out. So let's get going anyway. Right. First of all, when you decide you want to start vlogging, you need a reason, a subject or some, what type of channel do you want your channel to be? Is it personal vlogs, family vlogs? Is it a gaming channel, a news channel? You can pretty much do anything, makeup, fashion, everything. There's, the only limitation is what's up here for your channel. So you've got to decide that first of all. That's a big step. And after that, you want to be sort of thinking up your channel name. A nice name. It's up to you whether you want to make it really straightforward with just your name, or whether you want something really obscure or catchy. It's entirely up to you. With regards to your reason for vlogging and the type of channel that you're gonna do it, obviously there's a million and one, probably more, vloggers out there. So that's a well saturated, whatever you want to call it, media. And it's very hard to become popular in that, because there's just so much choice for people. You need to try and find something which is like a niche. There's not much of it about, and something obviously you're interested in, because if you're going to do this long term, you want to have a passion for it. Your imagination's your limit there. You can do absolutely anything. There's, let's say, vlogging, cookery channels, makeup and everything. There's so many of them out there. But if you want to do one of them, by all means do one of them. And what I suggest, you do your research, see what's already out there, how people do their channels, and sort of see if you can do it differently, which is going to make it more appealing. So the viewers are going to come, oh, this is different. Yeah, I like the way this is done, and all that sort of thing. You get your subscribers and loyal fan base and things like that. Yeah, then you've got to set up your channel name, things like that. Then once you've done all that, you're going to need something to film on. Gone are the days where you need a really expensive camera, unless you are looking at going totally professional with this. It's just a normal everyday person like myself. You don't need that sort of thing. That's where, I'll just move my camera out of the way. That's where this came in. That is my very first vlogging camera. 5 megapixels, Bush. I don't remember how much it was. It wasn't that much. At the time it was, because video cameras used to be so expensive. I couldn't afford one of the Cisco flips at the time, which was the camera that all the big YouTubers were using, and they were really popular before the company stopped doing cameras. And I forgot, I do actually still have my Cisco flip that I bought. But this was my very first one. Film quality on this is awful. If I can find it, I'll put a little clip here. yeah, the very first vlog was shot on this. But as time went by, and you know, you save up, you can get better cameras. Like I got this Cisco Flip, which was brilliant, fantastic quality camera. Really clear, sounds okay. But the one thing that let the Cisco Flip down was the fact you literally, this is where this came in, literally had to stand at full arm's length there to get yourself in it, because the lens was focused that close in. You couldn't do this. It literally had to be full zoom, which is when the sort of vlogging thing with that I think came about initially. That's everybody thought you had to do that. But you could get little magnetic lenses stuck in the front, which I did, which give it a bit more wide angle, so you didn't have to stand as far out with it. Then from there, like I say, cameras just on. Mobile phones started getting fantastic cameras in them. But they took a while to catch up, because they were still sort of like 2 meg, 5 meg, eventually got to 8 meg, then 10 meg and things like that for the cameras. And the front-facing camera above the screen, still to this day, is not as good as the back-facing camera. So if you want to use a front-facing camera, you need to find a phone that's got a decent quality front-facing camera, because not all of them have. Yeah, from there I moved on to this bad boy. This is the Samsung Galaxy JC100 smart camera. It's actually got Android built in. It's just pretty much the same as the Galaxy S3, I believe it is. S3 or S4. But you can't make phone calls on it. But you can do everything else. It connects to Wi-Fi. You can do Facebook, Twitter and everything on this. Really, really good. But the thing that let this down, well, apart from the size of it, for me was low light. It's pretty poor low light. That's what let it down for me. Then I went on to, which I can't lay my hands on. I've put it away somewhere so it's nice and safe and I can't find it. But it was a Panasonic Lumix TZ10, which I still think is a fantastic little camera. It's only about that size. The video quality is brilliant on it. Again, not fantastic in low light, but daytime it was fantastic. You know, good sturdy little camera. And I've obviously used a camcorder as well with a pull-out screen at the side. I've used Panasonic, one of them. That was okay, poor in low light, but it was just bulky. You know, there's not many people use camcorders now. If I ever do still use that, it'll be a tripod job. If I'm doing a review or something like that, I may use that, but even these days, that's gone out the window. But the cameras I use these days are either my phone, which at the moment I'm using a Huawei P9, which, even though we're up to the P10, with the P20 soon to be released, so this is quite an old model from last year, I think it is, or the back end of the year before. Still brilliant. Fantastic camera, front and back, in my opinion. The sound quality is quite good on it, you know, for as mobile phones go. The other camera I sometimes use, which I'm looking forward to my holidays this year, because that'll be the first time I get a chance to use this, because I've not been away with this before, is my GoPro Session 5. That's one of the other ones. I normally keep it on the narrow field of view, so it's more like a normal camera rather than the fisheye effect that it normally gives. Actually really handy, nice little thing to have. It's just a nice little palm size, you know. Plus it's fully waterproof as well, so you could just dunk it in the water without any special housing. So there's that. And my other camera, which I sometimes use, and this is fantastic in low light, is my Canon G7X Mark 1. The flip up lid. Brilliant camera this. It was expensive. Normally I would not spend that much money on a camera, but I did on this occasion, and it was a big risk. But even my wife loves the quality of this, and this is the camera I think she used on her very first vlog back in 2016 when we went to Lanzarote. So that's mine. So what I'm trying to point out there is you go with what you can afford and what you've got at your disposal at the time. You know, like I say, I started off with that rubbishy old bush camera. Then work your way up. You know, you can't always afford the most expensive cameras or anything like that. So yeah, just use what you can afford, what you got at your disposal. Even if it's your mobile phone. I say these days, mobile phones have come on so far with regards to the video and microphone quality. So yeah, what you've got at your disposal and everything. Tripod wise, obviously I've got several mounts for the GoPro, like the Jaws and I can't remember what the other one's called. It's a big like bendy GoPro mount, GoPro like selfie stick type of thing. I've got all sorts of things for that. But one of them, a new addition that I have got is this tiny little fold up thing, and I've got the phone mount on the top. But that was only what, £4 or something, £3.50, £4. That little one that goes flat, so you can do low level stuff and everything, or you can, you know, just use it as a normal desktop tripod. So that's handy. That can go in the bag, no bother. I'm using a mini Joby Gorilla Pod for my mobile phone at the moment, with a mobile phone mount on the top to film this. But I also have a DSLR one, which I wanted for ages, even though I don't use a DSLR these days. I got rid of them all, just too heavy to carry around for my back, you know. But I wanted something that was really sturdy if I'm going to use the G7X on it and everything. Even though the G7X will be quite small on it, I wanted something really sturdy that's not going to bend or flex or fall over as easy, so I got that. Obviously you can use it as, you know, just handheld, or you can use it as the mount and like grip onto things. They're good. Yeah, you do pay a little bit extra for the Joby stuff, but worth investing in. Definitely worth investing in. So yeah, so that's the equipment that I use. So once you've decided on the equipment that you've got, that you want to use, comes to shooting your video. Obviously, depending on what you're going to be filming, whether it's makeup, vlogs, gaming, whatever, you know. No matter what it is, the first time is always going to be nerve-wracking. Always is. Everybody, it's just human nature. People are afraid to be, like, have bad things said or whatever, you know. So when you first put your first video up and shoot it or whatever, then post it, you're terrified that either nobody's going to watch it, or people are going to hate it and leave nasty comments or anything like that, you know, and you think, nobody's going to bother. And every single YouTuber has probably gone through that thing. Nobody's going to watch my vlogs, you know, and it's not true. People will. So you do what you want, whether vlogs, makeup, fashion, gaming, whatever you want to do, news channels. You set it up how you want. And yeah, some people go out and invest in lighting if they're doing, say, makeup and fashion and stuff like that. Some people don't. They just use whatever they've got handy, you know. So obviously, the more serious you get into it, the more you might want to invest further down the line. That's entirely your choice. But you know, it's your channel. You do what you want. But yeah, definitely, the first time you post, you'll be nervous, but that's totally natural. Everybody's been through it. It's a big step putting that first vlog up, especially if you're actually vlogging and you've got your face on the camera. That's really nerve-wracking. I remember I was absolutely terrified, and I hated the sound of my voice. I'm used to it now on there, because obviously the mics have got better and everything, but on here I looked awful. I sounded awful and everything on that. But yeah, that's what happens, just natural. But you're going to need to decide on editing software. Now, if you are going to do everything on your mobile phone, there's a number of softwares out there, but the one that I use is Power Director. I use an Android phone. I believe it's available for iOS. Don't quote me on that. You'll have to check for yourself. But I use Power Director, and it does me absolutely fine. Out of all the mobile phone editors that I've tried, that's the one I find the best and prefer. And there is actually a desktop version of that as well, which I have not tried. But yeah, give Power Director a go. I can't remember how much it is. I believe it's free. But if it's not going to be expensive. There's little things, little packages you can buy in there, transitions and things like that. There's so much free and so much to pay for. But they're not that expensive. Let's see. Windows computer I don't use, so I cannot advise on what editing software is available for Windows computer. Windows PC used to be, well, Adobe Premiere Pro and Sony Vegas used to be the ones that people used to use, and used to be Windows Movie Maker, but I don't know if that's available anymore. But obviously things like the Windows Movie Maker, you're going to be very limited to what you can do with your editing and the types of transitions between clips and things like that. Up to the other end of the scale, like Adobe Premiere Pro, which is like all singing and dancing. It's like a really, really intense, complex bit of software. What I really do suggest, you can never do enough research on stuff like this. Research and read reviews and tutorials and see which one you prefer. There's so many out there. Be careful where you get some of them. There's some sites out there who, and this is from experience as well, where you go, oh, this is free, and you download it. Yeah, it might be free, but you'll have a dirty big watermark right across the middle of your video unless you pay for it. Or if it's off a not so trustworthy website, it might have spyware, malware, viruses or whatever loaded up with it. But that's Windows. Like I say, do your research, look for a good editor, see what people recommend, look for reviews, things like that. On Mac, Apple Mac, you've got iMovie, which comes with the Macs. Also, you can again use Adobe Premiere Pro, but you can also get Final Cut, which is Apple's sort of upper range software. That's the one I use. I started off on iMovie when I got my Mac. Started off on iMovie. Use that. It's okay. It's very limited, but it's okay. Then I tried Premiere Pro, and I really struggled with that. It is, like I say, it's such a complicated bit of software. You can probably get good results from it if you know what you're doing with it, but I could not get my head around it. I had a video rendering for 24 hours. It was ridiculous. So I obviously had settings wrong somewhere along the line. I don't know. and I didn't know that many people who used it, and I struggled to find, well, there's 1,000,001 tutorials for it, but it's following the tutorials on such a complex bit of software. I found that hard. So then I went to Final Cut Pro, or Final Cut X, I think it is, whatever. And that's like an more advanced version of iMovie. Not as complicated as Premiere Pro, but it still does me. It's still got loads of things you can do in it, and for bog standard vlogs, things like that, it would do you good. So again, do your research, see what you can afford, what your budget is, research, check reviews, then go from there. YouTube, there'll be tutorials, whatever you need. I still find things I get stuck on, even tiny little things like a setting or where a certain feature is on the software. And I use Google and YouTube to find it, get the answer. So yeah, there's that. Right, and after obviously posting your video, what you want to do, obviously you want people to find your video, your channel, and things like that. One thing I've learned in the 7 years I've been vlogging now, over 2 channels, subscribe to other people. Go looking for other channels along the lines of like what you want to watch, what you're interested in, things like that, and channels which are similar to yours. Check them out, start commenting on them, and subscribe to them if you want. And the more active you become, the more people will notice you and share your stuff, and you basically become part of a community. Like, the more active, and you get to know people, and people message you and all that, and you get your regular viewers, and so it's really, really good. You'll get a selection of what you'll probably find. You'll get a selection of other creators, other YouTubers, and also people who don't do YouTubing but watch the videos. And so you'll get a balance between them. So definitely do that, because the community side of things, even though there's some YouTubers who say the communities don't exist anymore, it's gone, it's dead, or whatever, it's not. It's still there. You've just got to make an effort to become part of one or create one yourself, by like viewing channels, subscribing, commenting on videos, giving worthwhile comments on videos. A big suggestion, a big one: do not go looking for sub for sub. People think that it's an easy way to get subscribers. You'll get people commenting on your video going, "I've just subscribed and I think your channel is brilliant. Yeah, check out my channel. I've subbed to you, sub me back," and all this sort of thing. Don't do it. You'll find that, one, they have not subbed to your channel. It's a complete lie. 2, it's a waste. It's a wasted subscription anyway. You want worthwhile subscribers, because this person will not view your videos. They're just after people to come onto their channel. They're not bothered about anybody else. So yeah, they'll not view it. And when YouTube do a sweep, which they do every so often, of unused channels, or dead channels, some people call them, you'll see your subscription list, your subscription numbers go down. That's because them channels weren't being used. They might possibly sub to you, but they don't watch your videos, so they're a complete waste of time. It's a useless subscription. Or they might, like I say, "I've subbed to you," when they blatantly haven't. So don't fall into that trap. And also, within the terms of service of YouTube, sub for sub is actually not allowed, and you could end up getting into trouble off YouTube for it, and maybe getting a strike against your channel or something like that. So it's not worth doing sub for sub. Any notification you get for sub, just delete it, leave it, ignore it, whatever you want to do. You know, block the person. Just don't bother with it. You know, don't bother answering back. Don't bother subscribing to the person, because it's a complete waste of time. So that's just a bit of advice from somebody who's been doing YouTube a few years. So yeah, obviously enjoy it. That is fundamentally the thing you want to get out of this, is enjoyment. You know, I'm not going to mention AdSense, money, anything like that. That's by the by, because that's YouTube's got their own rules and things you've got, like benchmarks you've got to hit to get anywhere near doing that sort of thing. Which hopefully you will get there, but as starting off, forget about that for the moment. Main thing, enjoy it. Enjoy your channel, make new friends, build your subscription list, show other people support, give people shout outs, and all that sort of thing, and share on Twitter, etc. So I hope that helps you. Let us know if you've got any questions, ask down below, and I'll try my best to help. So take care, everybody. Bye for now.